Hello, I'm Professor Susan DeGise. This tutorial is on practice 2.5. Directions. For number 1, write an ascending chromatic scale beginning on E2 using quarter notes. For number 2, write a descending chromatic scale beginning on G-sharp 5 using dotted half notes. For both scales, choose an appropriate clef and end with the double bar line. Alright, so I'm going to do number 1. You're welcome to follow along. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and do numbers 1 and 2 on your own. Pause the video and press play when you're ready. Okay, so number 1 is an ascending chromatic scale beginning on E2 using quarter notes. So what clef would I probably use? Probably bass clef, because that E2 is quite low. So I'm going to first write in my bass clef. Okay, so we're going to start with E2, which is down here, and we're going to start with quarter notes. So the most common mistake students will do when writing a chromatic scale is they'll go E, E sharp, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. But look what happens if we do that. If we go E, E sharp, F, what's wrong with that? Well, let me play it. Here's E sharp, and here's F. Do you hear that? That E sharp and F are the same note on the keyboard. So what we need to do is remember where the two white keys are on the piano, E and F, and B and C. So from E, we're going to go up to F. Okay? So if you want to try to do the rest of the chromatic scale on your own, go ahead, pause the video, and press play when you're ready. Alright, so then we go to F sharp, then we go to G, then we go to G sharp, then we go to A, then we go to A sharp, then we go to B. Now remember, B to C is that half step. Then we go from C to C sharp to D, and now we change stem direction. D to D sharp, and then E. So since we've reached E, that's an octave, now we're going to add a double bar line at the end. Now one way you can double check to see if your chromatic scale is correct is check if there are 13 notes. So the chromatic scale is made of 12 different notes, and then the 13th note would be the repeated first note. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that should be correct. So now I'm going to triple check, and I'm just going to play it on the keyboard. Yep, sounds good. Okay, go ahead and try number 2 on your own. Pause the video and press play when you're ready. Okay, so what clef do we use if we're going to write a descending chromatic scale beginning on G sharp 5? That would be a treble clef. So G sharp 5 is going to be up here. Now it's asking for dotted half notes. So we have the additional step of making sure that our dots are correctly placed. Now this one's a little weird. It's descending, so we generally want to use flats when we descend. So here we're going to go from G sharp to G natural, and then from G natural to G flat. And then from here you should be able to do the rest using flats until the last note. So if you haven't done this yet, go ahead, do number 2, pause the video, and press play when you're ready. Okay, from G flat we go to F. Now the dot is going to go above the line there, right? You can't put the dot on the line. Then F to E is that half step, so we're going to do that. Then we have E flat. Then we have D. Let me fix that D. The note head's a little small. Okay, then we go to D flat. And then we go to C. From C to B is a half step. B to B flat. Whoa, look how wavy that stem is. That's crazy. Oh, this one too. Wonder why. Okay, then this B flat goes to A. Now the next note is A flat. But notice this. This is a G sharp chromatic scale. So we don't want to end with A flat. We want to end with G sharp. So even though we're descending, we do want to begin and end our chromatic scale on the same note. So we're going to put a G sharp there. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's good. And last check, let's listen. Sounds good. All right, if you have any questions about the chromatic scale, please reread section 2.5. You've now completed the tutorial for practice 2.5. Thank you for watching.